Hey rockers, Michael from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play Rosanna by Toto on guitar. This is an awesome song for intermediate players. As usual, I'll break this into sections for you to make it easier to learn. And I'll show you the parts of the song. As a bonus, we'll do the solo at the end. So let's make a start. Our first part is the verse, and we're going to call this part the G groove, and he does this through 6 times. So let me play that for you. We'll break it down. So we're starting on our 3rd fret, playing the G note on our top E string. Now we'll be doing a down, up, then a palm mute up, then down, and then up, up. Now you can do this all with downs if you like. I find you get a better groove when you're using the down ups. Now with this part, the hard bit is we want to pump our finger. We don't just want to hold it down the whole way through. After each note we play, just lift your finger off, and you can mute the strings with your hand there as well. So we have down, up, mute, up, down, up, up. So then we go to our 5th fret, so we're doing the octave of the G on the D string. We do that 2 times. Back to a palm mute on our 3rd fret on our top E string, and then back to the 5th fret on the D string. So we have and again, and up to speed. And we're calling that the G groove. And he does that 6 times. It's including the intro and when the singing starts. Now the next part of the verse, he goes back to that G groove again. This time we just do the octave 2 times. And we're coming back to an F sus2 chord. So we have our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret on the D string. We play the open G string. 1st finger, 1st fret on the B string, and our little finger 3rd fret on the E string. Don't play the E and A string, and we have the chord there. Then we go to an E minor 7 after that. So we have our 3rd finger 3rd fret on the B string, our little finger 3rd fret on the E string, our 1st finger 2nd fret on the A string, and our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the D string, and that's our E minor 7 chord there. So let me play it through slowly. Coming back to our chord, and then our E minor 7. And let's do that up to speed now using that F sus4, which we're holding, and then our E minor 7. And our E minor 7. Now he uses his whammy bar, so if you've got one, you can hold the chord. Use your whammy bar on both of those chords there. Then we go back to our G groove again. So starting on our 3rd fret. And then we do it one more time, just doing the top E string with our 3rd fret. So that's after our chords there. G groove. Now he goes to a C power chord. Now he's putting gain on his guitar here. I won't be, so I'm not flipping between pedals the whole time. So we've got the C power chord, 1st finger 3rd fret on the A string, and your 3rd finger on the 5th fret on the D string, and you can use your little finger also on the 5th fret on the G string. We do that twice. And then we play an F power chord, so 1st finger 1st fret on the E string, 3rd finger 3rd fret on the A string, and our little finger also on the 3rd fret on the D string, and we hold that for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's join that part together now, throwing in the C and the F, starting with our G groove. As we said, he's using gain on the C, C and the F. Then once we've played that F, we hold it for a bar, And then we go to the F groove. So it's exactly the same as a G, but we're now playing the first fret on our E string and the third fret on our D string. We do that through once. And then we just do the first part of it again. And we come down and do our octave there on the third fret. So now we have an E flat chord, and again he's putting gain on the guitar here. So we'll be taking our first finger on the first fret on the A string and the D string, then our third finger, third fret on the G string, and our little finger on the fourth fret on the B string. We play that once, and that's our E flat. And then he does a D minor 7 chord after that. Now we're holding that E flat for half a bar, and then the D minor 7, which he's got no gain on. So we've got an open D string. We have the second fret on the G string. We have the first fret on the B and the E string, and that's our D minor 7 chord there. So let's put that whole part together. I'll just do the G groove at the start through 2 times. So let's do that. Chord, and chord again. Back to our groove. C, F. We hold that. Now to our F groove. Now our E flat, and then our D minor 7 chord. And that takes us up to the pre-chorus. Now there's another guitar going over the top here. He's just playing the 7th fret on the G string. Again, it's a heavy guitar, and he's just playing that and sliding back straight after the D minor 7. So we're going to D minor 7. And then we're coming into the pre-chorus. Let's go over the chords for that now. Now for our pre-chorus, this is where they all drop down and they're just doing the vocals. We're going to start on a G minor, and we're going to use our pick and our fingers for this here. So we've got our third finger on the 5th fret on the D string, and then we're barring the 3rd fret on the G and the B string, and we're just playing the D with my pick, and I'm using my fingers on the G and the B string there, and we play that once. And that's our Not Quite a Year. So then we go to this unusual chord. We're going to do a power chord on the D and the G string, and we're going to play the open A string as well. So we've got our first finger on the 3rd fret on the D string, our 3rd finger on the 5th fret on the G string, and we're playing the open A string as well. We do that once. And then we're going to a B flat. So we're just holding down the 3rd fret on the D, G and B string, and we do that twice. So we have and again. Then we go to our E flat, so it's the same as before. We're just playing the D, G and B string. We have 1st fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the G string, and 4th fret on the B string. We do that twice. Back to our B flat again, and then F 2 times. We don't have to bar the bottom E string because we're only playing the D, G and B string. So let's do that start part now. And the E flat. Now he does a G minor again. This time we're going to bar the E, B and G string because we're just going to run our pick down the 4 strings, or up on our 4 strings. So it's like a controlled strum there. We go back to our, so same chords as before, and then our B flat. Now this is where he goes to the heavy part, but it's the same chords we used before. E flat 2 times. B flat 2 times. This time I'm using the bass note on the 1st fret on the A string 2 times, and then F bar chord 2 times. And that's the heavy part there. So let's put all that together now. This is our whole pre-chorus, starting with our G minor. E flat, F, back to our G minor. Now our heavy part. Now there's a little fill in there, and again this is on a heavy guitar, so we're going to come up to the 11th fret on the A string, play that, then the 12th fret on the A string, then the 10th fret on the D string, 12th fret on the D string, and then the 10th fret on the G string. So we have, then the next part we're coming up to the 13th fret on the G string, the 12th fret on the G string, and then back to the 10th fret on the G string, finishing on the 12th fret on the D string. So we have, and up to speed. And then we're just going to bar the E and the B string on the 13th fret and finish that there. So let's do that slowly. And up to speed. And that's our little fill, and he uses that quite a few times, and that's when the brass is playing. Then we have our chorus, and we're going to start on the meet you all the way part. So we have F for 1, and that's when he says meet. So F, B flat for 1. Now we're going to come up to a C11 chord, so we're just barring the 3rd fret over all the strings, and we're going to be hammering onto a C minor 7. So I'll be using your 2nd finger to hammer onto the 4th fret on the B string, and your 3rd finger to hammer onto the 5th fret on the D string, and we play that C11 first. So we do it down, then we do an up. So we put that together, and up to speed. And then he does it again, the C11, hammer onto the C minor 7, and then an upstroke again. So we do that little fill twice. It's just the timing changes a little bit on that C11 to C minor 7. So let's do that up to speed. Now he just goes back to the E flat again. We do that 2 times. The B flat, and then the F. The first time through he does it clean, and the second time he uses the heavy on the E flat, B flat, F. Then we go back to our, and this is a heavy one. So let's put that up to speed now. Every second one on the E flat, the B flat, and the F is heavy. So starting on our F, clean, and again, and heavy. And that's our chorus there. He does that through 2 times. The next part is the solo where the keyboards are playing, and then we have the solo where the guitar's playing. So we start on the G groove, and we do that 3 times. Then we go to the F, and we do the F groove once. Now we go back to an E groove, so we're doing the same thing, but we're playing the open E string, and this time the 2nd fret on the D string. Then we go back to the G, and we're just doing the top part of it. We're not doing the octave. C is a power chord, C, C, F, and this is where our solo starts now. And we're doing this the same as before. Now we're going to do the F groove 3 times. Finish our E flat chord, so it's the same as our verses there, and then our D minor 7 chord there. So that part there is the same as the verses, going back to the F groove, then the E flat, then the D minor 7, and that's underneath the solo. And they're all the parts. So let's have a look at the structure of the song now, and then we'll do the solo. So we start with our verse, and we have the G groove 6 times, Then we go to the pre-chorus, then the fill, the chorus times 2, back to the verse, but this time we only do the G groove 2 times. Then we have the pre-chorus again, the fill, the chorus by 2, the keys solo and the guitar solo, back to the pre-chorus and the fill. Then we do the chorus by 2, we have the fill again, and then the chorus till the end. So starting with our 3rd fret on the D string, we play that 3 times. Then we play the 5th fret on the D string, we play that once, slide up to the 7th fret and play it again on the 7th fret. So we have. Now we're going to slide up on the G string to the 5th fret, and then we play the 6th fret on the B string twice. So we play the 5th fret again on the G string, then we come up to the 8th fret on the B string, we do that 2 times. So there we have. Then we go back to the 5th fret again on the G string. Then we're going to do 2 bend and releases, picking once on the 8th fret on the B string. So we have. Then we're going to play the 6th fret on the E string, and then back to a bend again on the 8th fret on the B string. We're going to come back down, play the 8th fret, and then play the 6th fret all on the B string. So let's put that together slowly. Slide up. And up to speed there. Then we have our run. We're starting on the 10th fret on the A string. We come up to the 12th fret on the A string, 10th fret on the D string, 12th fret on the D string, 10th fret on the G string, 12th fret on the G string, and then the 13th fret on the G string. So we have. Then we go to the 10th fret on the B string, the 13th fret on the B string, back to the 10 on the B, then we play 11 and then 13 on the B. So let's do that slowly now. Then we come up to the E string, play the 10th fret, 13th fret, back to the 10th fret again, all on the E string, and then this time we play the 13th fret and we do a bend, a full bend there. So now we have. Come back down, 13th fret. Then we do another bend and we pick twice. Back to the 13 again. So now we have. Then we come to the 15th fret on the E string, play that once. Back to the 13th fret on the E string. Up to the 15th fret again, and we're going to do a bend here again. So now we have. And then the bend. We're going to add our little finger in while we're doing the bend onto the 16th fret, and then come back to the 15th fret there. We do that while we've got the bend up. Release the bend back to the 15th fret and then play the 13th fret on the E. So let's do that section slowly there. So that part's a little bit tricky. Now let's try that up to speed. And that's our solo. Let's put that all together now. So that song can be quite tricky. We've got lots of different techniques in there. If you're having any problems or there's a song you'd like to learn, leave a comment. Give us a like and subscribe for heaps of free songs and lessons. Now if you would like step-by-step guitar lessons for beginners to advanced players and learn all the secrets to playing all your favourite songs and solos in no time, also heaps of lessons, click the link below and jump onto Essential Guitar Lessons. So I hope you enjoyed this and I'll see you soon.